Okay, what I'm going to talk about today is a different way of recouping. It's kind of like the blocks, like the streets, and like the 30 chip recouper. But I like this one because you don't have to use as many. So, for example, what happens is this. You put 2 chips there, 2 here. Alright, so it's going to cost you 10 chips when we get to the end. We're just going to leave 2 blocks, not which is these 6 here. Any 2 blocks. You can even split it if you want. You can put it like that, and you can get rid of that one and that one. So it doesn't really matter, which is another great advantage of it. Or for argument's sake, you could let's have a look. Take that one, that one, that one, and one there. And so you're actually missing that one and that one. So anywhere along the table you can actually miss out. Now all we're going to do, I'll just get this back to how I had it. All we're going to do is have 6 numbers missing and the 0 missing. So they will make us lose. At the moment it costs us 10 chips for this bet. You can put it that way, 2 of them on those numbers, or you can put 1 on each number. It's the same thing. You'll get 2 extra chips back. This one here gives you 11 back plus the 1, which makes 12. 12 from 10 is 2. 2 chips on here gives you 2 lots of 5, which is 10. Plus 2 is 12. 12 from 10 is 2. So you make 2 extra chips. But what I'm going to do, because what I was doing is you had one where you had 3 missing, and you had to bet 30 chips, but some people didn't like that. So I thought this one will be a bit different, where you actually put the 2 extra chips that you were going to make from these ones, and you put them on for all the numbers. It can be any ones you want. Those two. It could be that one and that one. But as long as there's 2 missing, and the 0. So what it means is when they come in, I'll just put it there to make it look a bit tidier, is that these 2 are generated from these chips. So all those numbers mean nothing. Okay, it's only these 6 numbers and the 0. The 0 and these 2 make you lose 12 chips. If this comes in, you get 17 chips plus that 1, which is 18. So 18 minus 12 gives you 6 chips profit. That's it. This way it's a lot easier than the 30 chip one. Well, I think so. Anyway, so what it means is you have 3 numbers that can make you lose. And the whole point of this one is it may take a few spins to get that in, but you'll make 6 when you do. And what you need to do is find these 2 and that one, and when they are a bad number. So for example, if you look up here, 28 and 29 was the last. They were the last. That was where the ball was last, and the ball can go away from where it was. As you see here, apart from the 2 13s, it's basically going away from where it was. So I would change this. I'll get rid of that one and this one. And now I would miss out these 2 because I think the ball was going to go away from there. And then I would take those 2. Or you could take whatever, these 2. It doesn't matter. But there's a reason why 2 of them won't come up. And now you've got another 2. Now you can have a look in here and go, well, what else could I use? Can I do it any other way? Does it work out any other way? Is there another number over here, somewhere cold, or whatever you want to do? But that's basically how it works. So we'll spin that. 16 came up, so we didn't lose anything. So you can keep it the same, or you can change it. Now another way that this works, when you're picking numbers that you don't want to come up, is the very last street. A lot of the time the very last street will not come up, especially those 2 numbers there. So what you could do is take the last 2, because the last one out that came out, they do double. So it's better to these 2 here to miss out, and then find a reason to miss 2 more numbers out. Now you look at the 5 and 10 are close by, the 24 is close by, so I might actually get rid of the 24 and 16, no, just the 24. So that would mean I'd get rid of this, miss out the 24, and to do that I'm going to go there. I could have missed out the 21 and 24, or 23 and 24, it doesn't matter. But I got these 2 that I'm missing now because the same street, the other 2 numbers on the same street comes up a lot less. and the 24 was next to the 16 if it's going away from where it was. So there's three numbers, 24, the 17 and 18 of the numbers that I'm missing out, that I've got reasons why it won't come up. And I won't be right all the time, but I don't have to be right all the time. I see the 20. Oh, there we go. The 20's come up. So we had one chip on there, which gives us 17. 17 plus 1 is 18. I actually missed one chip out somewhere. My mistake. That shouldn't have happened. So I would have missed out that one. There would have been one chip there. Okay, so that would have meant that 17, 18, 21, 24, and 0 were missing. Anyway, so that's basically how it goes, if that's some way you like, because you make 6 chips, but yeah, you got to piss around for quite a while when the 4 numbers don't come up, because you either get the 4 numbers that you've missed out, that you've got splits on to make you win, or the 2 numbers and the 0, which will make you lose. So you could bugger around for a while, but I don't mind it, because you're basically risking 12 chips, right? You've got 12 chips you're risking, and you win 6. So that means you've only got to win 2 lots of 6 to get 1 lot of 12. And you could do any other Recouper just to get, if you had a loss, to get a couple of these back. But I quite like that. Now the one other thing you can do, I will just pause this and come back magically. You won't know how I do this. Okay, I'm back. Now what I've done is I've just put all the chips out there. Is that right? It's on that one street. That's on. Yeah. Okay, so now what it does is it leaves these 6 and the 0. Now here's a sneaky little wee gold nugget tip. Now I can actually take the 0. He's not a problem. I don't just have to leave him by himself. I can take him and take something else, whatever. But I still leave 3 numbers that are not covered, so they will make me lose. Those 4 I win by, and these other ones don't mean anything. They just generate the money. So if you wanted to cover the 0, that's one way of doing it. I suppose another way is if you really thought for some reason those 3 and that weren't coming, you could actually double up on the 0. So when it wins, you actually win a lot more. You know, that's just something else you could try. We had a double, so these numbers are safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you don't know about that, 7, those 7 numbers, only one number comes out between 2 lots of doubles. So those 2 are doubles, and somewhere along the line there's going to be another double. So if on the next spin one of these numbers comes out, only one of the 7 is going to come out. So you've still got a chance if the double comes up, because you don't know where it's going to come up. But I'll just tell you one thing. If you're going to use these numbers as numbers you're going to miss, do not take the first 2 numbers after the double, because these 2 come up a lot. That's another thing you can look at, but I wouldn't take the first 2. Even that one there is a bit of a risky one. So what I could do there is look at it and go, okay, what could I do with the 16, 20, 29 and 21 if I miss out those first 2? Well, let's have a look. I could, but I still want to take the 0. Well, as you can see, the 1 is right next to it, so that's all right. 1, and get rid of the 2014. Yeah, 1, 2. That's the only other problem. You've got to make sure it works. 1, 2, 3. So I can miss out those 2 and the 1. Anyway, that's just another option to do it. I don't want to go too long on this one, but I quite like that. And if you like it, practice it. You can use the 0 or not. If you don't use it. Simple.